All right, hey Chipola Nation, we're here with Greg Franklin, head basketball coach for the women's basketball program here, the Lady Indians. Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
Can we still
COVID.
bump? Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Everything good with y'all?
Excellent right now.
Fantastic.
Excellent. We just trying to get our group together, chisel them out a little bit.
Yeah.
We're doing a lot of strength and conditioning and practice with that and weight training. So they're busy. They're real busy right now. And this is a group that, class-wise, I mean, I checked our grades the other day. We have one or two grades that I didn't like. But past that, it's been pretty refreshing.
That's great.
Doing really well.
So they're taking care of business in the classroom, because in the spring semester when they have games, a couple times a week and they're on the bus all the time, it's tough.
It's going to be more than a couple times a week now, because we've condensed our schedule, and it's one of those things where somebody gets sick and we have to trace everybody that was involved with that person. I mean, you're going to lose 2 weeks there, so it's kind of scary stuff, you know?
It really is.
But I think our kids have gone above and beyond, stayed away from large groups, and try to do their due diligence to make sure they have their season and being able to practice.
Right.
So I'm pretty proud of them and the way they've handled things in terms of what's happening with COVID and everything else.
Right.
They've done an excellent job.
Well, they have a vested interest in staying healthy, because if they're not healthy, they can't play, and
that's right.
And that's a bad deal, for sure. So, Coach, are you one of those coaches who believes in making deposits now so that you can cash them in at the end of the season? Is that one of your mantras as far as strength and conditioning?
Right now, I mean, it's one of those things too. Coaches talk about this all the time. I was actually really, really fortunate to play for a coach that talked about withdrawing deposits. And he was speaking more in terms of what you're doing and showing them how much you care with those deposits, because later on you're going to withdraw. But right now I think we're withdrawing a whole lot, trying to make a mindful, concerted effort to put those deposits in there right now. That's more about the mental and emotional. Right now the physical is going to come, the physical part of it. They're talented, gifted athletes, and they've played sports their whole life.
Right.
But kind of massaging that mind and getting them to that, I guess, that mindset of what you say is Indian tough, or the Chipola way, or however you want to put it. But we're really kind of trying to chisel out. I've got 9 kids right now. Chisel those 9 out to make them really, really tough. I know we're probably going to have a couple of kids at the turn that'll be eligible. So right now it's more of a mindset than anything else. We're watching a little bit more film than we would right now, of practice.
Okay.
And trying to schedule a scrimmage game right now is that's like finding a needle in a haystack.
Yeah.
We're all for it, wanting to do it, but there's a lot of concerns, which I understand. And actually we thought we had one in the books, getting ready to play in about a week and a half, and we woke up this morning, it was one of those things that were canceled again. So we probably had anywhere from 12 to 15 schools that have done that with us so far. So we're struggling to get a game. But anybody sees this and they need a game, we're ready.
We're ready to play. Okay. Well, have you got enough players right now to play each other?
I like this group.
Yeah.
We're not the biggest, but I will say this, watching a little film with them yesterday, they're eager to get a lot better. They're an intelligent group. They pass the ball really well. So that tells me they're a very unselfish group that's came together, because passing is something that's learned along the way as a player. But I like this group right now. I mean, I like their intensity. I like their leadership. We've had ESPN, one of the evaluators, come in and evaluated some of our players and ranked them real high. We've got 4 or 5 in the top 20, top 25 in the sophomore class. One of them is in the top 3 in the country. One of them's in their position as the #1 point guard in the country, a transfer from Western Kentucky, which with her leadership, as well as other ones like Jordan McLaughlin, a Division I transfer, Isadora Souza back, Naya, and I'm not even going to try to attempt her last name because I think that would just be embarrassing on my part and probably make her mad. But those kids have come in and they've been real leaders. I mean, they're trying to do their best in terms of listening to me and letting that translate into better play on the court. So
Right, right.
I couldn't
Well,
ask
Coach,
much more.
every time I run into somebody in Walmart or the grocery store, they want to know, when are we going to see some action in the Milt? So can you answer that $1 million question?
You think you're asked.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think we got it right. You know, I think the NJCAA did a yeoman's job of figuring out, hey, we try to start this in the fall.
Uh-huh.
I'm not real sure we're going to be able to give these kids the opportunity to be able to finish up a sophomore year.
Right.
Or, you know, finish up a freshman year.
Mhm.
When a lot of our freshmen are going to move on too because they're
Yeah.
qualifiers. I think we got it right, pushing it back and seeing if we get some medication, maybe some vaccines, and hopefully we're going to be able to forge through this season. But I do think, you know, if we were hasty and just tried to jump start it right off the bat, I think we'd have a lot of issues. But, you know, we got it right, I believe.
Yeah.
So I'm all for it right now.
Great. So are we going to have the same Panhandle Conference schedule as usual, or is it going to be changed up a little bit?
No, we're going to go to four games.
Okay.
We'll have 2 home and homes, which I like. That's fine. It guarantees us 16 ball games, which, you know, in the past we're struggling to get games, and we got to entice people by bringing them, getting them hotels or a guarantee or some food, which we're having to do that for, you know, maybe one weekend. Whereas before it was a couple of 3, and it would get a little pricey. But to get people here for our home crowd to be able to see us before conference started is very, very crucial.
Yeah.
They start putting a face and a name together, and then really harassing them at Walmart.
Exactly.
And Winn-Dixie is a
Right.
really good thing.
I know.
It's one of those things I tell my players. I said, they're going to know you way before you know them.
Exactly.
And they look at me like, what are you talking about? I
Yeah.
said, they're going to come tap you on the shoulder.
Yep.
And you're going to think, who is this creeper?
Right.
But it's really going to be a fan that's really vested, and they love
Right.
Chipola, which we wouldn't have any other
Yeah,
way.
they do. They do. I know you're not going to say that we're going to win the Panhandle Conference Championship and win the state tournament and head to the national tournament, but have you seen the other? Have you seen anything from the other teams? I mean,
It's going to be normal stuff, man. I mean,
it's going to be a
we'll be in the
gauntlet.
top 10. Northwest will be in the top 10. You know, one of us may be in the top 5. Both of us may be in the top 5. Gulf Coast will be in the top 10. They've had a really good recruiting class.
Right.
Tallahassee's better. He's gotten better talent in there. In Pensacola, they were very competitive last year, and she had a really good team last year. So, top to bottom in our league, I mean, like we always do, we'll have 4 in the top 20, top 25. And then,
Jeez.
you know, this year's shaped up a little different because we have 3 conferences. We're going to go 2, 2, and 2, and then we're going to have 2 at-large bids to get to the state tournament. So, therefore, if you get an at-large, you'll be able to compete in the national tournament. If you compete in the state tournament. So, that's a good thing.
Okay.
Before it was kind of like that, and we had 3 teams, and then we'd have 3 teams in the Elite 8 or Final 4.
Right. So you're saying there's a chance if you don't come in first or second in the Panhandle Conference to go to the state tournament?
Yes.
Okay, and that's a big deal because
It's a huge
when you are the toughest league in the state, many times the third place team could probably take care of the other conferences.
Well, if we look at the last couple of years with our team, you know, Tallahassee 2 years ago when we had Blessing got hurt, which was a 10-point, 10 rebounds, 4 or 5 blocks a game. She got hurt, and we were 1 game out of first, which would have won that one. We probably would have finished second or first in the league. And we lose that one, we beat Tallahassee the other 2 ball games by 20 or more.
Yeah.
You know, and then last year we went 4-0, and then Rail gets hurt in the last 8 games. She doesn't really play in the last game here against Gulf Coast. She tried, but she hobbled around, going from first place to, you know, just a kid that's pivotal like that. Well, she was 14 points, about 13 rebounds, 4 or 5 blocks. So
that helps.
Yeah, but you know, just 1 game like that is very, very pivotal, especially, you know, teams like us, Northwest and Gulf Coast, that are usually at the top. I mean, it's a game here, game there.
Right.
It's not really one of those just clear-cut things because, you know, 2 years ago, last game of the year, we beat Gulf Coast at Gulf Coast. I thought we were playing better basketball than anybody else, and then a rule comes up and says, well, if you don't compete in the state tournament, you can't
go
get
to
in
the
that large,
national, right.
which was the first I'd heard of that.
Yeah.
But I thought we got healthy towards the end of that year, and we were playing better than anybody, like I said. But fortunately this year, I think the way we usually do it, we like to peak towards the last three-fourths of the year. That'll be beneficial for us.
Yeah.
Obviously, hopefully that we'll be in that situation to make sure that I'm looking like I'm kind of clairvoyant or something like that.
Right.
But hopefully we're that
That's
situation.
great. That's great. All right, Coach. Well, we've been talking for about 10 minutes here, so we're excited about what y'all are doing with the Lady Indians, and we look forward to seeing y'all playing in the Milt very soon. And happy Thanksgiving and good luck.
Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours.
Thank you. Thank you, man. See ya.
All right, brother.